Greetings, citizens! Justiguy has arrived! And it's time for more Higurashi Watanagashi. Specifically, yeah. It's just, no pomp and circumstance here tonight. We're just gonna get down with it. I believe if I can just, give myself a little bit of a refresher. Sorry. Yes, okay. Last time we had our Mr.Delicious dealt with the crooks who got into a tussle with Keiichi, and I believe we ended on Keiichi-kun making plans with who we will soon find is the real Shion for the first time, I believe, as I recall. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before MION even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-can-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. Keiichi-kun, you seem kind of happy today. Did something good happen? Did it? Oh yes, Lena. I have a hot date. I guess it was obvious. Lena had questioned me with a happy look. That's right, why don't I invite Lena for dessert as well? No. If I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Lena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Yeah, I got a little lucky. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. And now you'll definitely be jealous. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is it? What is it? I'm jealous, This lucky thing. Is it cute? Is it? Cute? I wonder what Nana would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit. Probably. It's probably pretty cute. Wow! I'm jelly! What is it? What kind of fortune were you blessed with? Huh? Could it be? You participated in the draw at Angel Mort about 2 months ago and won? Hey now. I hadn't even transferred here 2 months ago. Oh, that's right. And it's not the Angel's Dessert Festa then. Mi-chan, what is the Angel's Dessert Festa exactly? You know, there's that family restaurant called Angel Mort right by Okinomiya Station. Every season, they hold an event to promote their new dessert menu. That's today. Oh, it's no use going. The restaurant is reserved for people who won the draw. MION explained once again what Shion explained to me last night. And I will have to stop by the restaurant sometime. I'll do my best to draw a winning ticket and aim to enter the next all-you-can-eat event. Knock yourself out. By the way, this is just something I heard. But there's a rumor that the tickets are being sold on the black market for a pretty penny. Ooh, spooky. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat dessert for free. But it turned out that ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again. Thanks. I didn't know it was worth so much. I whispered in a voice only MION could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. MION looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly. Huh? What? Did you say something? It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much. I guess MION wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was MION. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank MION while she's Shion. You fool, H. Well then, this old man will take his leave here. Work today is gonna be a little rough. Later! MION waved her hand energetically as she left. Hey, Keiichi-kun. Mi-chan has been kind of weird lately. Like she's elated or something. What? You think so? Rena was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, MION seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different. You don't know, Keiichi-kun? I totally thought you knew. Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. Know what? Exactly. I was obviously weaseling my way out of a question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. And boy, would that be an understatement, as I would soon learn later this afternoon. Why did Shion, a persona of MION that she'd created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid it no heed. Oh, really? I wonder what it is then. When Mi-chan is in a good mood, so is Rena. Oh! Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful. But you see, Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber one. You see, Mi-chan, lately, she's been in a lot of pain. What do you mean, pain? The pain that Rena was talking about probably wasn't physical. At first, she tried to pretend it wasn't a big deal, but like a wound, it began to fester. Fester and grow. No, like the uncle on the Addams Family. Eventually, she was no longer able to bear the pain. Woke up in the middle of the night, and then she phoned Rena. Mi-chan was crying. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? What am I talking about? Huh? What is Rena talking about? What? Hey, don't play dumb like that. Just now, you said... I don't know. Rena doesn't know anything. How? Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. The room is spinning. That was dumb. That's what you get for getting carried away and spinning like that. Sorry. Oh, I think I feel sick. I'll lend the ditz a shoulder to lean on. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. Rena, in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, let's go. To Angel Mort. It's time to face the land of endless desserts. Preparations for battle are complete. Tally-ho! Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today, admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. How would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the stairs to enter the restaurant. Are you a participant? Do you have a ticket? Yeah, well, I was lucky. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum to a crowded train. What is going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside. So it's like that, huh? Seems like I should have invited Jenna and the others. Thanks for the tip, but I'll pretend I didn't hear that. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out at once, like the souls of the damned seeking succor. That ticket could admit up to 4 people. Please bring us with you. What selfish people. This was the, I mean... This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me, like the teeth of a giant rake, and grasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance. What a heartless dick! Grab him! This isn't something to joke about! I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. And thank God. It was like I had entered a different world. The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. But inside of this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of a waitress to welcome me, they were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Due to today's dessert festa, the restaurant is reserved for customers who won the draw. Can I ask for your name and ticket? I don't have a ticket, but I should be on the guest list. Mayabara. There it is. I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name? Keiichi. Mayabara Keiichi. My apologies for the inconvenience. You're here by special invitation, right? I'll show you to your seat. Please. This way. The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. The booths were packed to the brim, but not an officer with air conditioning in sight to cool it down. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. Soon after I was shown to my seat, Gion arrived. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Hey, Gion. Thanks so much for today. I really appreciate it. You were a bit late, so I was getting worried. I'm really happy you came, though. There we go. Another hint. It may have been because other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile. As you can see, there's a lot of customers here today. I'm not sure I'll be able to take a break. Please take your time and relax until I'm finished. When I'm done, let's go play somewhere, okay? Whispering just that last part into my ear, Gion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Gion seemed a bit bolder. Another hint makes itself shown. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. Oh, excuse me. Sorry to keep you waiting. While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere in the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out, one after another. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it. You can eat all of these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth its weight in gold. On top of that, all of it was plenty delicious. From dishes with a general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience. There were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. Okay, what happened to this place's taste not being all that? Like, this seems to be a pretty shocking departure from your initial impression, actually. I am not sure what to believe of anymore, Mr. Keiichi. Please elaborate. No matter how you look at it, I don't think one person could eat this much. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. It didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All of the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. It piqued my interest, so I started listening in on their conversations. What things I heard! Oh, the things! That air conditioning! Angel Tomoe. Me? I bought my ticket for 70,000 on auctions. I told work that I was attending a relative's funeral. The uniforms here, the greatest. I wonder if the waitress would wipe it for me if I spilled some water on my pants right now. I feel ill. I heard they're planning on selling Angel Mort figures. I'll have to pay heed at the next Wonder Festival. He sells you. No, thank you. I heard they sell used Angel Mort uniforms on the 4th floor of in Akiba. They cost 280,000. 'Tis an absurd price. Animal cost 80,000. When Pro Bar closed down, the going rate for theirs was 12,000. That's the price for used ones. Knockoffs are less than that. A knockoff from is fine with me. I wonder if they'll start selling them. Then I'll put it on my life-size figure I did buy off of for several 100,000. If I can wake up every day to an angel from Angel, that'd really get my gears going. The words spilling out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon. But if they were going to talk about Cardcaptor Sakura, now that, as a connoisseur of that, as Mayabara Keiichi is, that he would understand. That or Gundam, apparently. Those are his big interests. But they still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. MION might understand, though. Sorry to keep you waiting. The next dessert is Tropical Cinnamon Love Affair. Is something the matter? No. It's kind of different inside the restaurant today. Our restaurant is pretty famous in their circles. Well, we were aiming for that, so it's all well and good. You were aiming for it! Well... I mean, yeah, I guess. During festas, there's something of the more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. But during festas, there's something of the more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. I think I just repeated myself. I apologize. I wonder if this kind of thing happens where, like, a waitress, like, invites, like, her boyfriend or her girlfriend or, like, a relative or something to this, and you get, like, some poor saplet Keiichi having to have this explained to them while a bunch of, like, people a couple seats over just going, so waitress would form to me quietly with a wry smile. The customers seem rather riled up, almost like a pack of hyenas. There's a lot of customers today came from unreasonably far away. Those types of people are fairly prone to losing their self-control, so it's a little scary. I hope you get extra pay for this shit. If you don't keep your guard up, something bad can happen. I really hope you do then. What does she mean, keep your guard up? I don't like it when glass breaks in these games. It never means anything good. At that moment, a large crash resounded through the room. I turned around startled. See that a waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Wait. Isn't that Shion? I'm so sorry. Your food is, oh, what have you done? What have you done? The cheese that I bought and shouldn't special shop for 1800 yen raw sticky with frosting. Pimp pimp. What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with disaster, he seems awfully happy. How tragic! It seems that you was raised with you with right? The conversation suddenly veered off in an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Let's dance all day, boogie boogie. Wipey? Did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that obviously aberrant tent he had okay. But that is... Wipey, yuck. The wipe... It... The wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. She looked over to more experienced waiters for help, but was only met with a head shaking out of pity. SONOZAKI-san was tripped. Customers who do that to purposely get their clothes dirty have been on the rise lately. Ah, so you're saying she was tripped? Then what happened just now? Wasn't an accident? It was on purpose? The regular girls are careful about it, so they definitely warmed up like that. But SONOZAKI-san is only a seasonal hire, so she had her guard down. The customers today could easily pick up on that, so she's been targeted since this morning. What's the manager doing? He should just kick those thugs out! We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. Ain't that kind of service. She laughed. She said that in a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with it. This is very not cool. With the dishcloth in her hands as she turned a bright red. The man who had been doused in frosting splayed out on the bench, putting the cream-covered pants on display. Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand edged forward, goaded on by onlookers. Come. It is the time for the wipey. What the fuck? from my apparently male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle. I could just smile. What kind of fucking point of view is this? From my shitty asshole point of view, maybe. But from a woman's point of view, this was... this shouldn't even... Fuck, I'm not even gonna dwell on this. This is just stupid. When I was trapped by those thugs and been paralyzed with fear, Shion fearlessly stood up to them and saved me, still as humiliating as it was. Okay, Chi, you are really rapidly losing points. I'm not even gonna read that. Even I was scared, but Kei-chan was in trouble, so I had to be brave and do my best. When I, a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs who had paralyzed with fear, Shion saved me without a second thought. What about now? These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time our roles were not even, actually. Not even! You are a little... insect compared to her. Like, God, any respect anyone should have for you is fucking gone out the window. Hey, Mayabara Keiichi, if you don't save her now, when will you... This shouldn't even be about a debt. Are you saying if it was another girl, you wouldn't care? With somebody you didn't know, you would be like, oh, haha, oh, that's funny. I will smile, Riley. Dude, fuck off. I mean, if you're scared, fine, but don't word it like that. Then, Jesus, you scared, Mayabara Keiichi? At the time, Shion, no, MION didn't even show a hint of hesitation. Then what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her? That's a good fucking question. Now resign yourself to your fate. No. No. This scene doesn't deserve the good music. I'm muting it. Fuck you, Keiichi. You don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get the good music. I'm actually really fucking annoyed. You don't get the good music for this. You fucked up. No. No. You don't get it. I'm not letting you do it. Now resign yourself to your fate. Shut up, you greasy fat ass. Get out of here before I get angry. I grasped Shion's shoulder firmly and pulled her behind me. Kei-chan, seems you don't understand. The other waitress was the one who wet my pants. Just your punishment. One who needs punishing is you. Enough with the empty words. If you're a man, talk with your fists. Let's smash. My body was lifted to the air like nothing. I was thrown backward onto my own seat. This guy is strong. No matter how you look at it, athletic and his Lordo aren't even in the same carrier code. Many otaku are unexpectedly well versed in some obscure martial arts. Don't be misunderstanding us. The man smirked, showing off his gum line. Kei-chan, are you okay? No, you still don't get that music. Damn it! How lame does that look right now? Not as lame as you were in your head a minute ago, you fucking jackass. You were tripped, weren't you, Shion? They're all the ones in the wrong here, so don't let them take advantage of you. That may be, but it was still my fault. Whoa! One more time, let's do it! Let out the crash! Don't you go thinking this is enough to make me give up? One more time! Wax that look! Oh, you all talk! I'm not talking. Yeah! fight! Rise, we're about to fight! Alright, you can have the song back. Not just running, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the Lord Ball. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Oh. Okay, that works. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward, that viscous flow of time, I clearly measured the gap between us. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where only my punch would be able to reach. By at least my iron fist of anger, but it flew towards his face slowly like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face. The fat so easily slipped inside of my punch. I hadn't realized it until now, but in this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock. I came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation, combining defense and offense. It was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times. I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this viscous region of time, I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait until, dumbstruck, until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, that sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. You lack training, young man. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. After my conscience faded in a wave of dizziness, I came to, I was lying down in my own seat. Thankfully, you weren't injured. You know what? I'm good. I'm glad you got beat up, you little baby. I am so fucking disappointed in you right now, Keiichi. MION is too good for you. Go fuck off with Shion. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before. No, you're just trying to help made me happy. I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan who came here today. As she said that, I know, speak word. She stuck her tongue out, teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. SONOZAKI-san, you can take your break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? No, it's fine. Even though it's just part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. But really, you don't have to worry about me. You couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that MION could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Hey, Chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. When you're done, we'll have you fill out a survey. Well then, I've got to get back to the floor. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her. Excuse me, can I borrow your phone? The phone? By the register. I'll show you where. I pulled the 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchanged. Yeah. I'm glad. All right. You acknowledging it. I'm proud of you for acknowledging it. You're winning some points back from me. I could cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. You're all right. You've acknowledged your failings and made up for it a little bit. And you did go in the end, so it's not like I like you or anything, Baka. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. I recall, one ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people? Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list. Can I have their names? He wouldn't! I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan. He wouldn't! I don't remember. No, he wouldn't! He wouldn't. Would he? But I can't think of... I glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. There are 3 things that are not working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is... okay. That we are the most powerful club members in history. Please add... okay, he didn't do what I thought he was gonna do. Yugurena, Hojo Satoko, and Fururerika to the guest list. Understood. I'll do that. I have the best and most powerful. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You badasses, prepare to meet your maker. This is a nice restaurant. Oh, the uniforms are cute. Nana wants to wear them too. Oh no, please don't. Not today. How? On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved. Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share. Eiichi-san, enough with the charades. Let's get to the point. Nana and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few more moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table. I beg of you, I don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Please lend me your strength. 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior. What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Actually, Shion's younger sister Shion is working part-time at this restaurant. Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resemble? That's just MION with her hair down, isn't it? I didn't know what to say. If Keiichi says that's Shion, then that's Shion. Might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? They're called monozygotic twins. They really can look identical. Renner gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced. Well, then do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. I recounted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customer, the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it. Okay. Good. That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you can be. There's nothing I can say to that. Good, there shouldn't be. You're a failure. Satoko-chan, to admit that you lost and to seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. So pathetic. Not like I'd like you or anything. Anna's follow-up stung a bit, but I can only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there were no malign intentions behind her words. And what should we do? Her voice was monotone, but there was a glint of resolve in her words. Something very unusual for Fururerika, who is also known to be a coward and terrible friend. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve. Well, I thought it would be something like that. It is a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone. Huh? Then, you'll help? Of course, Keiichiko. I'll help anybody who's being bullied. Well, you're already a fuck-ton better than Keiichi. I remembered when I was cornered by those thugs, what Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity, and Inamizawa really began to hit home. However, my Keiichi, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. I'm sorry, I owe you one. You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad. How sad. Rika-chan gently pat my head for me. There was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with a strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy's combat capability. Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them? From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion shall be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan? Do we have to show... Do we have to show mercy? Of course we don't have to! We have no need to show mercy to the rabble that would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. Then it's okay, Keiichi? Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I'm counting on you, Rika-chan. I, my Keiichi, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them! Alrighty. And it's going to do her best too. Sorry. Please do. Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up too. Well then, everyone, let's give it our all. Go for it. Yay! Yay! Thus, the most powerful war band that the world had ever known, trained by MION, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader, but when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring. SONOZAKI-san, 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Ah, sure thing! Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry off 5 extra space parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have breathing room to pay attention to her feet. Comrades, if he comes here again, yes, I will have to spill everything on my pants and have her wipey right down to my underwear. Wow, this is gross. This shit is gross. It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack. Jenna, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around tables 5 and 6. Jenna, do you copy? Restaurant's uniforms. So cute. How? I want to take them home. Shion, her bottom swaying while... Oh, for fuck's sake. You moron, Keiichi! You brought a weapon worse... Oh, an enemy worse than the ones that were already here! Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena! She was supposed to be escorting Oh, for God's sake! She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, is probably like a fox having a fox guard a henhouse. But when it comes to Rena, things are different. Huge mode, 120% synchronization. We've won. When Rena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Shion's leg, unsteady and defenseless, for being targeted by those sleazebags. Now, my comrades! The fuck you say? Praise the shining Lucifer of the Harumi Mecha. The legs snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Gads! 3 of them at once! She doesn't even have that many feet! It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. Ugh! What is this madness? Anna teetered into view and gave them a warning. Oh, no mischief, okay? No means no. No. Anna's going to be the one to take her home. This girl. What's with that strange technique? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. That's our Rena-san. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick. Yeah, it's an unbeatable, unbreakable barrier. You know, you'd think she'd be known for this more than the freaking hatchet. Anyone within a 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Rena. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there, collapsing with welts on their legs or hands. Oh, Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. There's nobody left that'll bother Shi-chan, so I'm going to take her home now. Rena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. I repeat, permission to take home denied. And I'll just look. Oh. I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching at their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces. Proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status? This is Satoko. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am? Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with ordered chits and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made dessert. Okay, I don't know if what you're about to do is legal. Hey, what are you doing? Now, Sonozaki-san, it's alright and just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once, so I'm counting on you. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. Oh, lots of cute desserts are coming. Oh. I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life. I know, but... Oh. Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They're all works of art that you can enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of that fact were the men now stuffing their faces. This is... Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong. Satoko, what did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right? My, what are you saying, Gage-san? You said no mercy. I might not look like it, but when I get down to business, I like to be very thorough. I don't know. Oh, I love it. Oh no! As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch. Mika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter! Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting, and that look of relief when they found the single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs. Ugh, I think I was a little too greedy. Was the washroom?
You too, not number one, but number two. I need to cash out meow.
Where's the toilet? I found it. You're in for it now. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to the desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting to the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? As I peered over to see what was happening. Whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound in a terrible state. Ew. There was no way to use it in this state. They'd have to go to a different state. Damn, Satoko. What a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. I can't do my business like this. What do we do, meow, comrades? A brilliant combination of traps. But it would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. Now that it's come to this, it's time for the last resort. Faced with a moral dilemma, that man had only one other option. Women's restroom. Is it using the girls' restroom gonna get us in trouble? I mean, fuck, if all the other shit you've done and already has gotten you arrested. I'm pretty sure there's no female customers today. Why didn't I think of that before? Ribbons are the best. What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. Oh, God. Me? There was girl there. There was girl there. It was Rika-chan. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events, but the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should never underestimate you. This is, you see, Mademoiselle. Me. The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just want to toy the toilet here, madame. Now. Me. But I guess it's not right after all. Right, my comrades. Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could be put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way to try and do their business. This is the most they could do after all. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they could plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now, what are you going to do, you? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you. That would be much appreciated. How would you do that? You can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them. That would be perfect. Please, please. I just wait to when you come in group. Ew. Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture. Mademoiselle, is this toilet far from here? They'll get there soon. Obeying Rika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant. Hate you couldn't finish it. Give 'em hell! Yeah, leave it to me. I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What is the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here. Listen up, you. You know what happens if you even set 1 foot outside this door, right? What is the meaning of this preposterous statement? Look, it's written right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry, see? You're free to use any toilet you want, but the moment you step outside that door, you can't come back. Boom! Do you remember this? I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that. Everybody panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off. Thank you very much for coming. We shall return. Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them. Oh, pathetic. Too easy. Yay, we did. I don't know, this was still kind of fucked. Lena and Satoko clapped their hands together. I couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself, but when we get the group together, we sent them packing like a herd of cattle. With opponents this week, any of us could take them on by ourselves. Keiichi-san, you need to up your game. You need to get your game on. Was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. I'm really glad we were able to protect Michan's little sister. Now there's none of those bad people who were pulling pranks left. You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san. The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats. You did that for me? I mean... Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden, and her face turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. Oh, Shi-chan is cute! They really are twins, how? Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, 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 clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. We had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey. Rika-chan made her return. Oh, good work. Did everything go all right? You took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on the way back. It was a lot of trouble. Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often. How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet? Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika has a lot of strong points that more than make up for that. Don't make fun of her. I can see that. That expression in the girls' room. You're quite the thespian. Eichi was being horrible. He was thinking, if I were in their shoes, I'd just run her over and rush into the washroom. Did what I was thinking show up on my face again? Keiichi-kun, what's a purr? No, I mean, wah ha 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 ha. I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 identified men were taken into custody in Hirayama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was XX kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Well, thanks for treating me. I'm happy that you called me here today. Oh, are you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put out the futon. Ah, I guess that's true. Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time. Yeah, when Nena phoned her, she was in the middle of cleaning her room. But she still came. Wait. Well, it was an emergency, so it could be helped. Besides that, I got to eat a lot of sweets, so I'm very happy. Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out so suddenly. Tell Shiona I said bye. I'll be taking my leave then. Rena-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. Later! Rika and Satoko in a good mood. Aww. Forced around with each other as they left. The end. No, we're this chapter can't be over yet. While Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee. Oh, did the two little ones leave already? Hearing them called the little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing. Apparently they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people. I heard from my senior. It seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. It was no trouble at all. None other than Shi-chan was in a pinch after all. Oh, is it alright if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with me-chan, so I thought it'd be cute. Well, whatever you want. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rena started talking to her. Rena is pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Rena would find out she was MION after talking like this. Shion said she'd have to work soon, and hurried off back to the kitchens, leaving behind coffee for just the 2 of us. She was a bit upset with Rena. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly. Oh. He's just embarrassed. Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it's like there's another Mi-chan. They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather their insides, are completely different. I think those types of twins are plenty interesting, though. You think that, Keiichi-kun? I think they're identical on the inside, too. It somehow became silent. Anna was just staring at the pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee, without saying a word. Somebody like me, who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerism seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. The unpleasantness carried on for a little while. Rena, you said it today, right? That MION was hurting? Did I say something like that? Oh, gosh. Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it. On the way home from school. Rena answered my laughing, continued to playing dumb. Questioning if she ever said that, not realizing this was only making it more obvious. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization Rena wanted to say that I was the one who had hurt MION. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. continued the conversation but left out the assumption that I had hurt MION. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think Keiichi-kun had any bad intention. And it replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt MION. But that confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt MION. And Rena was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it. I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not like Rena is mad at you. Seeing right through what I was thinking, Rena said that as she smiled even more gently than usual. It's just that... How do I say this? Hard. If I made a mistake, please say so clearly. I'm so thick-headed, I disgust even myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I'd want to know even a little quicker so I can make up for it. I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mii-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance that the girl was the one being unfair might be unfair in itself. What Rena said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt MION. You, Rena is one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us that could cause problems later on. So tell me, how did I hurt her? I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself. Rena was smiling like she always did, spoke bluntly. The fact that she had this strength of will surprised me for a moment. Asking you because I can't figure it out, you know? My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Lena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor. Well then, I guess just a hint is fine. This is special, okay? Sorry, please. I'll think about this seriously. And I looked around the restaurant, searching for Keon. Keon was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual. Chi-chan, if he ties her hair up, is impossible to tell apart from Mi-chan, right? Yeah, that's true. So then, if Mi-chan let down her hair, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan? Probably, but what does that have to do with anything? What if that her being the younger twin was a lie? That she was just Mi-chan pretending to be her sister? What would you think? Lena was sharper than her daily behavior belied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer a question with another question, but if, like you say, MION is just pretending to be Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock. That's what I want you to think about. That was maybe too much of a hint. Oh. After thanking me for the dessert, Rena stood up from her seat. Sorry, I was asked to buy a few things, so it's about time I left. Is it okay with you if you tell Shion I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye? Yeah, I'll tell her. Sorry. Huh? That Rena is so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here. Rena was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who should have apologized. I think to Mi-chan, it's something that doesn't bother her much anymore, so if you want to forget the whole thing happened, that's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I hope that Keiichi-kun realizes it by himself, comes to apologize of his own volition. Oh. Switching to cute mode only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. Whew! While I was staring off into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finally done. It was Shion who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile while greeting me. Thank you so much for today. Everything was delicious. We were all really happy with it. Oh no, don't mention it. But I'm glad everybody had fun. Huh? That girl that was just to your left as well? She had some shopping to do. She said she was sorry for leaving without saying anything. I see. Well then, should we leave as well? Even though I'm off duty, I'm still nervous around the workplace. That girl? We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I had been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. Oh, they're just jumping right into it, huh? When we left, the sky had already become draped in the veil of the darkness. It's gotten dark already. Even though I promised I'd be finished early. John seemed upset that there wasn't much time left. Oh well, at least we've got a little time to chat like this. Saying that, Shion set out for the tree-lined boulevard behind the station. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home. Well then, I guess I should start with an introduction. I was mistaken for my sister when we first met, so we never got to properly introduce ourselves. I could only smile and laugh wryly. Or what? Or was it really Shion the first time? I thought it was MION every time until now. Was it Shion the first time, and then MION impersonated her to deliver the lunch, but then it was... And there was another... Was it all... Because I don't think... I know... I'm pretty... My name is SONOZAKI Shion. I'm only similar to my older sister in appearance. My sister is rough around the edges and hot-headed, but I'm a composed and methodical person. I remembered what Rena and I had been talking about earlier. I said that they looked the same, but their personalities were different while Rena said that they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Rena figured out that Shion was MION. I also related to that. She said that I had hurt MION. Rena had given only one hint. Why MION is Why is MION pretending to... Shion, what did you hear about me from MION? Oh god, but, oh shit, but, oh no, oh, but she thinks, and he thinks, but when it was her, she thought he knew, and oh no, I really am, I am gonna Google it, because I know at one point, I'm sure I knew this. Watanagashi, Shion, MION, God damn it, give me... Come on. Damn it! Oh, this is about go. Son of a. Article contains spoilers. Yes, I know. Just god damn it! I want to. God damn it! I knew this so many years ago. Or wait! Wait, what? What? I didn't know this. What? Okay, I'm sorry I went quiet there. Okay, no, okay. Everything, yes, I was right. Okay, everything prior to this was MION. Yeah, that makes sense with what we've been reading. But oof. The thing I just read though was like, whoa, that would have thrown every fucking thing for a loop if that was, you know, that couldn't be. Like, no. Like, just that's okay. Anyway, I was right. That's all I'm gonna say. And anyway, let's get back. My sister seems to have taken a liking to you. She talks about you quite a bit, like about club activities, about getting pranked and pranking you back, boyish kinds of stories. You really do get along. Boyish kinds of stories, huh? I'm gonna think of it. I think there was something Shion told me before. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that what happened to hurt me? Huh? Which one was that? Which? You know what? Fuck it. I'm like in thinking mode. Lucky 7. Would it be on? Was it in chapter 1 or was it like in? Okay, no, Shion was in chapter 1, so we gotta go back there. We just gotta start from the beginning, I guess. I want to find that line. Damn it! I know the answer to the mystery, and I'm trying to solve it. This is so stupid. Oh wait, I can just... If it was the first time, then maybe... Wait, what? Motherfucker. That's right, it was chapter 2. Fuck, I knew that. Because he lost him with the maid and such an idiot. That's right, I remember. This is a really fun chapter, actually. Alright, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna make another save here just so I can look at and analyze this. I don't know. This is stupid. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? Okay, okay. We want to find where she brings up she's a sister. It'll be after the music stop. Okay, where is that line? You don't see your sister as a girl, do you? No, this one is MION. This one has to be MION. Oh, I know what would be a good hint. Do you ever mention... Let me see here. Do you mention... Okay, it wasn't this time, so okay. Okay, this isn't the time to be doing this. I'm supposed to be reading. I can't go through the whole freaking story again to figure this out. Was that what had happened that hurt MION? MION herself said that she wished she would own a boy, and that being a girl wouldn't suit her. She's lying, though. I mean, not that that doesn't happen, but we know in this particular case, she isn't being honest. Hey, Chan, you look like you're having fun. No, that's not true. Even though you're bad at hiding things, you sure like to lie, don't you? Still, I don't hate you for it. Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I hurt MION. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Rena had left me with. Hey, see that? Don't you think it's pretty? I think even a guy would find it pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Jan was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores I would never normally enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy her or anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had the feeling she was good at conversation. Hey, Chan, is this your first time doing this kind of thing? Yeah, it is. If somebody didn't bring me into these accessory shops, I don't think I'd set foot in one in my entire life. Not that. I meant more like this. Whoa! I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine. Hey, you don't have to act so surprised. It's not so embarrassing to link arms with a girl, is it? Shion's expression was a little bit miffed, but suggestive at the same time. Yeah, this one's the real one. I have two eyes. I'm not embarrassed. If you want some arms, I can spare one or two. Hey, Chan, don't say things you'll regret. Here! Kei-chan, you really know how to entertain someone. I see why my sister took a liking to you. If you don't want my arm, I'm taking it back. Aw, come on. I'm happy to have it. Laughing in good spirits, Shion locked her arm with mine. My heart skipped a beat. This question might be a bit mean, but I want to enjoy seeing your reaction. Kei-chan, have you ever been arm in arm with a girl before? Around a bonfire. And a field trip doesn't count, by the way. That little devil. She was asking that question knowing full well what the answer would be. The field trips are out. This is rough. I thought as much. That impish laugh, it really is the same as MION's. You really are Shion, right? You're not just MION saying that you're Shion, are you? Are you thinking that my sister might pretend to be me? I thought you were twins until just now, but that way you mess around is just like, no, Keiichi, you have this all wrong. You're just saying that. You could tell us apart easily. What do you mean by that? My sister was holding your arm like this. Would you get nervous? I would. I'd be completely on edge worrying about when she would go for an arm lock. Dawn laughed so hard she had to hold on to her sides. Yeah, hey, is it really that funny? You're tearing up. No, it's just, I was just thinking about how hopeless my sister is. She isn't even able to get a young man hot and bothered while she's arm in arm with him. She really is a failure as a woman. I remembered once again that I'd heard someone say that before. Sometimes I think my sister would have been better off if she'd been born a boy. If she did, I might have fallen for her. I mean, I don't think that's stopping Rena, but, you know. Just kidding. Leon did say something about wanting to be born a boy. My sister is on the fence as to whether she wants to be a boy or a girl. Well, that's the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle. Just leave her be. You've been saying some pretty harsh things about your sister right now. Leon has some soft parts to her that I don't like. The way that Shion talked somehow sounded cold. Shion, do you not get along with Mion? Well, we get along well enough. Still, there's a few things for which I can't forgive her as her sister. Hey, look at that! Don't you think it's cute? I turned around to look at where Shion was pointing. What was there was the familiar window display of a toy shop. The same shop that was the stage for the incident that occurred during last Sunday's club activities. What Shion was pointing at was a display with a plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like. I wonder why girls like these kind of things. It's because they're cute. Don't you think that they're cute, Kei-chan? I'm a man, so I don't really get that vibe. Now, which one do you think is the cutest out of all of these, Kei-chan? Shion, pulling on my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. They were lined up like they were close sisters taking a commemorative photo. A few of them seemed strangely familiar. I've seen those four over there somewhere. Oh, I guess they really are famous, see if even you know about them. Shion sounded impressed. These are new dolls that were just brought in from England. They still have some available here, but around the cities they have trouble keeping them on the shelves. Even though they're supposed to be inexpensive, it seems like they're starting to come at a premium. I guess girls still like these kinds of things even as they grow up. It depends on the person, but I think that girls who don't like dolls and stuffed animals are pretty few and far between. Even my tomboy of a sister said these were adorable. Oh? Even MION says they're adorable? That is pretty amazing. That's right, I just remembered. The store owner gave this one to us after Sunday's event. Except for MION, who was a relative, everybody had gotten something. I really do think that one's the best. That frilly dress really gives it something. That's it. That's the one the shop owner gave to me. So it seems. Gion replied softly but clearly. Uncle Yoshiro gave those out as thanks for helping liven things up at Sunday's event. It seems he gave them to the 4 friends my sister brought along. So you got the doll with the dress then. What did you think? It was really cute, right? As a man, there's not really. I don't know anything. So what did you do with the doll? I wasn't really going to do anything with it, so I gave it to someone. To who? As Shion laughed, I could hear an audible click run through my head, like the piece of a jigsaw puzzle snapping into place. Thank you very much for today, everyone. You made this event turn out great. Not much, but here's something extra for today. Uncle Yoshiro, isn't there a little something for me too? My, quite an adorable one, is it not? When Tadoko and Nika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside. Wow, they're so cute. Can I take them home? I really can? Which means there's something for me too. Whoa, I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. One they used to playhouse. Rena's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Tadoko was the same. Nika-chan too? I see, it wasn't just Rena, Tadoko, and Nika-chan. There was one other person who seemed jealous. Ha ha ha! Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least, not wanting for her expression to give it away. She had said that to hide her embarrassment. Well, I guess it's pretty, I can admit. It's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is... nah. If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely. Mion's usual teasing way of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. But I didn't. Huh? You're giving it to me? Lorena? Thank you! Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Nena. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion? Since Mion was the only one who didn't get anything, wouldn't have just been standard practice to give it to her? At that time, I had noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rena, then walking the streets at night would be scary. No doubt, no doubt. I thought about giving to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice it. I thought to give it to Mion. Why didn't I? You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. Mion herself had said that with a laugh, so I didn't realize that I had hurt her. That's right, Mion is more suited for cool things, so I think having you help here was the right choice. Uh-huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion, but if it's Shion, I think it works. Uh-huh, you mean that, Mion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red. Mion seemed really happy. He seemed happy that I complimented Shion. Saying that didn't suit Mion, but that it suits Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy. 1 plus 1 is Z. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right, we look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful. Shion has a cold and scary personality. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects, and like MION, she's a cute and cheerful girl. MION made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed like she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Taking a look inside the box to say that she just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant stuffed meal inside. Is it really okay? There's, like, not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. You don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. I'm not my sister. That was how she said it. MION was insistent that she wasn't MION. She was saying that she was Shion and that I shouldn't think of her as MION. When MION was Shion, it carried a special meaning. I'm just grabbing my water over here. Michan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. That's what Nina said. But you see, even that Michan, actually really feminine. Nina, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? You know? Dana began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke around. Michan is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. There was never a riddle to begin with. Reina was saying the answer right from the beginning. So then I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah. I know Kei-chan didn't mean anything wrong. At least he didn't intend to. Yeah. Keiichi-kun isn't the type of person to hurt others. There's no reason for you to feel hurt by this, Michan. Then what was it? Frustration? Sadness? I don't know at all. Did you want it? The doll, I mean. Even if you gave it to me, then I wouldn't solve it. You're right. How about this, Michan? Try asking Keiichi-kun. You might be able to solve the problem if you tackle it head on. There's no way I could do that. Is it too embarrassing to do that now? I want to try again with somebody other than Mion. This time, I can be more honest with myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fond of the relationship I have with Kei-chan. This might be selfish, but one more time. Keiichi-kun will definitely notice. I wonder if that's true. And I will cheer you on too. But let's find a way for you to ease your sadness. Believe me, I won't let anything happen that'll make you cry, Michan. I'll believe. I'll believe. Keiichi-kun will definitely come to understand. He'll say he's sorry for saying something so callous. Then he'll bring you to that store and buy that doll for you as a present. Oh, God! Yeah. Yeah. And then, Michan, you'll say, thank you. Can't fool around. Say it honestly. Yeah. Shion, no, you evil girl. We don't know yet right now, like... the context of where I am really does fuck this up, since... if I said I wanted it, Kei-chan, would you buy it for me? Mion said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment, but like Mion, I quelled that impulse. Okay, Mion, as thanks for everything until today, I'll buy you whichever one you want. My voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose to MION trying her best, I tried my best as well, but I'm not MION, I'm Shion. Shion, then. I'll buy it for you, Shion. Shion looked down, red-faced. He pointed at the doll in the dress through the store window. Shion, but you knew about this, so, and you had to know MION would be here. Is it really okay? The one in that dress is a little expensive, isn't it? This isn't a matter of price, this is a matter of feelings. When I was saved by those unsavory customers from Kei-chan today, I was really happy. Even though my co-workers didn't save me, Kei-chan did. You grabbed me by the shoulder really firmly, right? Right then, you were really cool. Even then, I was so embarrassed I couldn't properly express my gratitude. I clamped my hand down on Shion's head and ruffled her hair roughly, like how I would to Rena and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Rena, would have spaced out and blushed lightly. You don't have to think too hard about it. I should have just given it to you back then. If I did that, then everybody would have had a good laugh. Shion didn't respond, as she had turned bright red like she was trying to hold back laughter and tears. Because she knew. So I'll go buy it for you right now. Wait right there. I'll go with you. Saying that, she grabbed onto... This was her plan. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore. I think I know why my sister likes you. Hey, is it alright if I start to like you a bit too, Kei-chan? The unfamiliar situation in my head starts to... Whoa, what am I doing? I had reached my limit. Smiling wryly to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion to the store with me. Oh, it's Schoolmasters again. Excuse me, I want to buy that doll in the dress that's in the window. After a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement, and an apron-clad employee soon appeared. Kei-chan? And why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. I'm on a date with Kei-chan right now. Huh? Why is Kei-chan? Even if you ask why, I'd like to know the answer myself. Leon looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. But that was the same with me. If she was there, then who was next to me? I said it right at the beginning. I'm SONOZAKI Shion, my sister's younger twin. Kei-chan, you even called me Shion, didn't you? Shion, saying that, pouted cutely. What is going on? Tell me, Shion. Not much. I was wondering what kind of person this Kei-chan you were so infatuated with was. So I happened to give him a ticket to the dessert fest. Oh, they do at least. So she is saying it to him. There, when I was being bothered by all sorts of troublesome customers, Kei-chan gallantly appeared and saved me by kicking them all to the curb. Or something like that. What? Both MION and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion to the utmost. MION, you phoned me yesterday, right? I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I delivered that bet. Okay, but now she's lying. Didn't I, Kei-chan? That was me, right? Or was it my sister? The person known as SONOZAKI Shion put together a bento and bravely went to a boy's home to deliver it, maybe? Oh, you're a lot bolder than you look, sis. With a loud pop, a trail of smoke began to rise from MION's head. No, I don't know. DK-chan, my sister says she doesn't know. So everything until... Oh, you B-word! SONOZAKI Shion. You might have thought it was my sister pretending it was me, but it was me, Dio! I couldn't tell up from down at that moment. If there was a mirror around, I could have seen my eyes go wide from the shock. Now, little Miss Shopkeeper, Okay, now this is just cruel. Could you wrap up that doll in the window? It's the first present from the person I've come to love. So make sure you tie it up nicely with a ribbon. Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. My brain had stopped working. What? What, huh? Hey, Chan. What is going on? Well, let's go, Kei-chan. It's already dark out, so I'll see you home. Sis, sorry, but could you phone the house in Okinomiya and have them send out a car? Maybe a van that we can fit a bike into, please. In contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face, Mion was an empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. Oh, Kei-chan. After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. I don't feel like this is the appropriate music for this. Oh boy. It hasn't been a while. Not easy being green. It's funny because it's a pun? Is that a pun? I don't know. Anyway, a few new tips. Stop saying it's been a while. We've seen each other every day up until yesterday, haven't we? Whatever. If you say so, we'll go with that. Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I had initially refused, but Shion insisted, and so both my bicycle and I ended up stuffed in the car. Said car was currently driving across the single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. Goodness sake, Shion's was at Mion's level at least, or maybe even a better actor. Either way, no matter what questions I pressed her with, she'd slip out of them like an eel. Still, you two look so alike. If you tied your hair back like Mion does, would you look exactly like her? Who knows? That's probably what would happen. We're identical twins through and through. In the past, we could just change our clothes and no one would be the wiser. I remember we'd swap places at every opportunity and fooled a whole lot of people. Ha ha ha! The middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh like he were a butler. What's wrong, Kasai? That was a pretty deep sigh. Excuse me. I was just thinking that you haven't changed. You could see many years of hardship on the man's face through the rearview mirror. Anyway, Kei-chan, your house was around here, right? Kasai doesn't know much about Hinamizawa aside from the road that goes to the Sonozaki main house. If you leave it to him, he'll take you all the way to Yagoochi. I don't want that! Excuse me, could you stop at the narrow road at the next right? I'll walk from there. He stopped the car at the desired place. The driver, Kasai-san, got my bike out of the trunk for me. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for showing me home today. Was it, Kei-san? Your name, that is. Yes. You must be having various difficulties. But I believe she will grow tired soon, so please endure things until then. He gave me a deep, deep look of sympathy. This guy has definitely been dealing with the Sonozaki sisters since they were little kids. However, like Mion-san, she's a kind person at heart. So that means she'll be as much of a bother as Mion, right? The man's face froze in a smile, his reply lost. Hey, back me up here. Bye, Kei-chan. We'll see each other again soon. Say hi to my sister for me, too. Maybe I'll start going to Hinamizawa tomorrow. Don't you dare. If you transferred in, I'll transfer out to a school in Okinomiya. Wow, that was really mean, Kei-chan. A short beep of the horn. The man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Then the car withdrew into the dark night roads, leaving dust in its wake. Man, this entire day made no sense. Ran into Mion while I was with Shion, and the former's expression, like a pig shot with a pellet gun, had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. I mean, yeah. Oh boy. Hey, I'm gonna wrap it up with just this one for tonight, because tomorrow is Higurashi Thursday, so I'll be very much ready to do some more then. We're, I believe, right at the festival, which, as I'm sure you know from the past 2 chapters, means it's gonna get real then. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me tonight, this evening, citizens, or this evening, tonight, citizens. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. But in either way, until next time, which would be tomorrow, if all things go well, I gonna have to be wishing y'all, or no, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to say that this is gonna have to be farewell.